Son plays it to Bissouma. It's got to happen now if it's going to happen at all. Ball forward from Bissouma, comes off a Newcastle player, then Murphy turns, trying to get it to a teammate. Kane wins it back off him, but penalised. A free kick to Newcastle, and surely that's that, Sam.
Yeah, they've not been able to really lay a glove on them, have they, in the last 10 minutes? They've defended it really well. The fresh legs have probably helped Newcastle, and those chances that we probably all felt was going to be forthcoming hasn't happened at all. There we go.
And he doesn't even wait for the free kick to be taken. The full-time whistle goes, and Newcastle have won here at Tottenham Hotspur by 2-1. It's a first defeat at home for Spurs since April, and it follows on from the defeat at Old Trafford on Wednesday. And Newcastle United celebrating wildly. They know that this is a statement win of sorts, coming to a team that were in the top four and winning here. Tottenham stay above Newcastle, but will certainly be ruining these last 4 days or so, which have damaged what was looking like a really promising start to the season. Beaten now by Arsenal, by Manchester United and by Newcastle United. But this the first defeat at home, and the first since that defeat to Brighton in April. All over here at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham Hotspur 1, Newcastle United 2.
BBC Radio London.
The home of London football.
Well, a lot of Spurs fans will be heading away this evening, really downcast after that, Sam, because we've been saying that they've maybe not been producing the most scintillating performances that we know that they had been capable of last season in particular, but we still felt that given their position in the table, it was a very good start to the season. Now they're going into that game against Sporting Lisbon on Wednesday, asking a few questions of themselves, I'm sure, because all credit to Newcastle, who started the season well, but Newcastle would have Tottenham would have expected to beat them this afternoon.
They would have done, and yeah, I mean, it'll feel a little bit like a crisis, won't it, after the last two games, after the 90 minutes at Old Trafford and the first 45 here today. But I think you just got to dust yourselves down, think about the 5 or 6 games that remain before the break, and try and put yourself well positioned going into that World Cup break. But not enough creativity, not enough players in an attacking sense at the top of their game right now. I think sometimes it's as simplistic as that. Harry Kane didn't have enough supply today, didn't have enough good quality around him. He was, I thought, excellent, one of the better recent Harry Kane performances, really good, but not enough in an attacking sense. Some of that has got to be down to the players, but also I thought, tactically they have to take the handbrake off a little bit, and I thought that was evident again today. Even when they were chasing it, Andy should have just had a little bit more attacking impetus, and whether that comes from the players or a combination of that and from the manager, then we'll have to wait and see what transpires in the next few games. But yeah, a poor performance all in all.
Newcastle into the top 4. They are celebrating in front of their fans. They're above Chelsea, Manchester United, Fulham and Liverpool. Spurs 23 points from their 12 games, 2 points ahead of Newcastle, but this has been a damaging week, but as Sam says, not too damaging to say that they are falling away from contention for the Champions League places or anything like that, but they do need to hit back on Wednesday. That game against Sporting Lisbon is live with BBC Radio London Sport on Wednesday evening. Do join us for that. If they win, Tottenham are into the Champions League knockout rounds, and that will certainly lift spirits markedly ahead of the last group stage game against Marseille. Tomorrow evening, we're live from London Stadium. West Ham against Bournemouth in the Premier League, with West Ham needing to pick up points, having fallen to 17th in the table with this afternoon's results. The build-up to that game from 6 o'clock on BBC Radio London with Aaron Paul, and all the reaction to the football that we've watched and brought you over the course of the weekend. It's the Newcastle fans who will be heading out into the rain, the happier Tottenham fans scratching their heads after a difficult week for Spurs. Thanks very much indeed to Sam Parkin, to all of our teams around the country, and to Lucy and Andrew back at base. That's it from sport this evening on BBC Radio London. We're back from 6 tomorrow, and we'll hand you over to the capable hands of Tony Blackburn on BBC Radio London. Good evening.